updates as far as what's been going on. Yeah, Amir, do you want to start? This morning, Hassan had court.
Yeah. So, just so you guys know, the drama still continues with Jedediah in court today. Um, and I could guess Monday. I just want to be brief, but I just want to make sure we're clear. The theatrics still continue. Monday, we were in court. I was a witness for Ryan's court case, and Jedediah stopped in the middle of the hall and challenged me to a physical fight in the middle of the hallway. Something that I probably knew he was going to do, but so what happened was we wanted, because he continues to violate his order, our order of protection, mine against his. He violates Ryan's order of protection on the regular. This guy has no discipline, and it fits into the narrative that he is an agent of destruction. He is a chaos agent. So he stopped in the middle of the hallway while we were waiting for court to begin, and he challenged me with his security guard, or the other guy that's normally with him, the other offender, the other criminal offender, and he challenged me to a fight to see if I would be agitated enough to get involved with a physical confrontation with him. I did not do anything because, again, I know that was bait. So what we did was we called the Chicago police. We went down to the sheriff's department downstairs, and while we were doing that, I guess the sheriff's told us she wanted us to separate. So there was a whole flurry of reaction that came from us separating. They dismissed Ryan's case because he was downstairs. The sheriff didn't let him know. Jedediah actually walked out the courthouse, and he thought he was in the clear. He tore up the protection order. Good thing the judge and the sheriff's department fixed their error. The police officer actually came and made a report and talked to Jedediah, pulled him to the side, and he was scared as shit, and him and his bodyguard, or his security guard, whatever you want to call it. So that's one thing. Ryan's case was saved to where there is a hearing. Even in that whole thing, there was a whole level of theatrics, and I'm sure that Ryan will update you. You're still getting updates about that because it's just a cluster of confusion. But I think the judge saw through it. Don't you think so? Saw through its theatrics. What do you feel about that?
Right, and we even had one point in the whole. Oh, hey, critical. Okay, hey guys. We even had one point where the judge got so frustrated, like Amir said, that this man is a chaos agent, because I was trying to I don't know, just trying to correct some lie that Jed had said about me or about the situation. He was trying to make himself the victim. Oh, Ryan wants to sleep with me. Ryan wants is always following me around. And Jed was talking over me. He literally would not let me just speak to the judge who's talking over me. So then the lady comes out from behind the judge's chambers and says, we didn't get any of that. See, we have an automatic transcriber going today to take the transcript for what's going on. And when multiple people are talking, it's not going to get anything. So the judge was visibly frustrated and was like, no, like one person at a time. But like this man couldn't even let me just, say something to the judge. Like it's crazy. It's just like Amir said, it's just total chaos,
Right. And, my last thing is, if you go to his Facebook page, he literally tries to change these narratives around, and this is classic of a con artist or a scammer. And he changed the narrative and said that we called the police on him. Let me pull up this.
Oh yeah.
What did he say? What did he say?
And hey, Conscious. Hey, David. Oh, that's right. Thanks for stopping in from London. You always have such great comments. Thanks, David.
Yeah. He said these dudes called the police in court and fabricated a whole story of me asking to fight in the freaking court. These Karens are crazy and dangerous. CPD and the sheriff just had the most awkward reaction I've ever seen. Well, the reaction was that, they basically shut his shit down, and they let him know that, it's not going to be tolerated. And I believe all of them were on the same page with the judge as well. So, that's one aspect of it. Monday worked out perfectly. We would have been upset if the sheriff had dropped the ball. They did fix the issue. The case was not dismissed officially in the system, so he actually came back and he started hollering. He was actually outside in the hallway hollering at the sheriff, the female sheriff sergeant who was in charge, and she kept saying, "Look, I don't know you, sir." And I guess he was trying to say, "Hey, you know who I am? I'm this famous person and all this." She's like, "I don't know you, sir."
And they had to put Amir and I in the protected victim room.
Yeah.
Because it's just he just kept causing chaos and problems, arguing with everyone.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, it's just nuts, And then always says that we're obsessed with him and we're causing problems for him. We're following him. I'm like, so I told the judge, I just said, look, I don't know Jedediah. I don't care to know him. If I report on him or talk about him, it's because he is inserting himself into my city, into my life. He's coming doxing my home. He's after me, and I cover Harvey. That's what I do. So I'm not pursuing this guy. I didn't follow him when he was in Flint. He's working for my mayor here, and they're trying to go after anyone who just is asking basic questions about city government. So Thank you, Scott. Scott says, good job, gentlemen.
Thanks, Scott.
And Amir says, were you able to get him served at the courthouse today?
Yeah, so Scott, and thank you. Can I say thank you? I'll leave it on.
Yeah.
So yeah, Scott, we were able to get him served today. So we're going to get to that point, but I'm glad you asked. So today he came in the courtroom. I was with Hassan. We were already told about that Hassan was going to be there today through our sources, and we both showed up, myself, Ryan, and Hassan came with his attorney. So Jedediah sees me, and then he runs out of the courtroom, and then he says he goes to the parking lot, and I guess he's telling somebody, I need you to come to the courtroom. We got a problem. So he's trying to call whoever he's with to come to the courtroom. He took the call on Zoom, and he's telling the judge now that I tried to harass and antagonize him from inside the courtroom, and that he wants to file a complaint against me, right? So as he's driving around, the judge wasn't hearing it though. I'm gonna tell you, Ryan and guys, she wasn't hearing it. She wasn't playing no games, and I believe that she already knows the history of Jedediah Brown, including the sheriffs. Little does Jedediah know that I had already talked to the sheriff to let them know so they can put the court case into the file that he would be served today, and he got served because the judge read it from the bench. When he told the judge that I was harassing him, the judge turned around and said, "Oh, since you're mentioning Mr. Greer, let me read you that you're supposed to be in court with him on August 21st at 9 a.m. And she read him the whole thing about non-harassment, no stalking, so on and so forth. And she said, "Do you understand?" So he's driving around a lot in the courthouse because he's saying he's afraid to come in and all this other theatrical bullshit, because he's literally trying to get me charged now on some kind of harassment charge, which again, it didn't work. And what happened was the opposite worked. She put my case in Hassan's case at the same time in the same courtroom because of his theatrics. What do you have?
Oh, do you want to? Yeah, can you give everybody the dates for the dates and the locations?
The dates for the court will be August 21st in room 210 at 9 a.m. And I believe that I was told
that's at Markham Courthouse.
At Markham Courthouse. I was told that the judge really got pissed off because a lot of folks were on the Zoom call. Some folks were cursing and saying things. The same thing that happened in Ryan's case as well. A lot of these minions of Jed are on the Zoom call, and they're saying all kind of crazy shit and doing that. So the judge was like, "Look, I'm not having that. I'm not playing these games. And look, we're not going to have that." So, to that extent. So she's really on him right now, and everything that he's saying is not working. The fact that, and above and beyond that, I've also explained to Hassan, if he needs a witness or character witness about Jedediah, I will have no problem speaking on his behalf if the judge will allow it, because we're going to be in the same courtroom at the same time. Now, I do want to say one more thing, because then Ryan's going to talk about the next thing. I want to tell Mr. Brown, I'm not afraid of you, Jed. I am not afraid of you. But I do want to do things the legal way. And what I want is I will be happy when you are behind bars and everybody who's associated with you legally. Now, the other way is a whole nother thing we won't get into, but I have no problem. Like I said, when he was alone in the courtroom by himself, he ran right out that door because he said, I see you and I know what you're doing. And he ran out the door. You know, it's a totally different effect, which is, you know, what I'm trying to tell people. This mob action that they did on the 14th was a mob action. Absolutely. You know, you will never find Jedediah by himself. I can guarantee you that. Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh, and if you guys want to follow for my, there'll be two hearings. Let's see, August 19th. That's a Tuesday, I believe, and it's gonna be at 727 East 111th Street. So there's a large police station there in Pullman. So
11.
It'll be there. Oh, at 11 a.m.
11
Yes.
a.m.
So August 19th. 727 East 111th Street in Pullman at the big police station there at 11 a.m. So we should have two hearings that day. That'll be for the plenary hearing for the order of protection, and then also the hearing for the motion for rule to show cause, which basically I have a whole bunch of exhibits that Jed was given on Monday because, you know, the motions that were filed, and basically asking the court to hold him accountable for the fact that he has violated the order of protection multiple times. And here's some of the proof. And just to remind everyone how serious this is, you know, what I told the judge on Monday, because, you know, obviously the judges may not know the details of what goes on, but I said, you know, the stuff that he's, oh, hey, Diana, thank you. Hit the like, thank you. Yes, hit the like, subscribe.
Hey, Diana.
Thank you. You know, I said, I don't feel safe. And it's not just me. As Amir pointed out as well, like, this man, he's a menace to society. He's gone after Burgundy Blue. He's gone after Shay with Late Night Crew, Vivian. You know, this
Minion.
Yeah, Minion. It's not just, you know, one or two people. Like, this is a clear pattern of harassment. And it's not just this man, but the people, and I said this to the judge, you know, the people that followed Jedediah, they believe whatever he says. So when he's going around, it's not just a matter of, oh, well, he just doesn't like you. He's going around telling people that I abused children and that I lost a job because of it. It's all lies. It's not true. But his followers literally believe anything. So if he says, hey guys, why don't you go, you know, jump off the Brooklyn Bridge? They say, okay, Jed, well, when? You know, do you want me to give you all my life savings before I do that too? I mean, it is a cult. It's a dangerous cult. And then some people had the nerve to say that I made up the story about my house being being attacked with the paintball attack. And it's like, okay, so, you know, how is that going to help anything? Because, you know, we should just take this seriously, follow the process, and, you know, provide the protection that the law is supposed to protect. Because as Amir stated, the other way to do it, I have concealed carry. Amir is familiar with protecting himself.
You know, multiple guns. I have multiple guns. I'm not afraid to say that. I have multiple guns.
So the point is, we're not, as some people for clicks and views shared the clip of me at July 4th when I was with Melissa and Jed was doxing me and following me and saying, oh, he was a pussy, or oh, he was such a woman, and he ran away, and he has to have a black woman protector. No. Yeah. I can defend myself. We are trying, and so can Amir, so can Vivian, so can Burgundy Blue, so can Shay. The issue is we are trying to do things the correct way, through the legal system, okay? So it's not because any of us are wimps or we're afraid of Jed or Mayor Clark or anyone. That's not why. It's just that we have respect for the law and we're trying to do things properly.
And when you're in advocacy, really, if you're a real advocate, you know, you're not doing things that is anti-community. You want to do things the right way, because that's what advocacy and building a community is all about. For those who know, you know, somebody just said, why did Ryan give up his teaching career? Well, that's neither here nor there. If he wants to do real estate or wherever he wants to do, that's his own damn business. And you know, that's beside what we're talking about. So we're not going to get distracted with distractions and other things. And you know, we understand slide comments and how these things work, and you know, we don't need it. What we have to do is we have to focus on people who are serious minded, who are about community, and everybody else, keep the noise level down. Because for me, my block game is strong, you know what I mean? But if you come with the nonsense, then yeah. And I will never let, I'm gonna say this because my daughter was sacrificed that night when we were on that street, because we were trying to help homeless people and kind of make sure that they were protected. A person should be able to go in the continent of the United States of America anywhere they want to go without some operator or provocateur saying, why are you here, and all of that. It's no goddamn business why I'm here. Why are you here? And furthermore, why are you causing a nuisance in violating somebody's personal body space? So going back to the beginning, we're not going to tolerate that right now. We think that the pendulum is changing, and we are slowing Jedediah Brown and his INA crew down. I won't stop till this guy is safely in jail. And Shelly Shell and Shelly Bell and all of these, Sheila, Ashley, and all these guys who are protecting Jed, hey, if you want to go down on a sinking ship, let them, because those names are collecting up. Stringer Harris, we know that you're involved in it. We haven't forgotten about your part. Believe me, those orders, I'll see you in court real soon. So just whoever knows Stringer, let them know. Jedediah, listen, it's over with, baby. Hang it up. You know, you're talking about running for Congress. Listen, there's a lot of us who won't let you run. So if you think that there's a coalition that's built against you, I can guarantee you start trying to fight against all of these political operatives. Look, you can't fight the world, and we are slowing you down at this level. Could you imagine fighting some of the governor and some of these sitting senators and all of that? Even though we don't agree with their political discourse, again, you can't fight the world. And if you were right about it, you might gain support. But because you've been a chaos agent, that's not going to go anywhere. So if I were you, the senator thing that you're talking about, you probably need to stop that. But that's just my opinion. I'm going to shut up now.
And as I'm actually glad that that Dallas, Texas made the comment, because that is another thing that I said to the judge on Monday, again, about the followers. And I said, you know, really, that is why the defamation and lies that Jed spreads are so dangerous, because especially living, if you're in certain communities where there may be more homophobia or maybe not as much understanding of like the gay community, you know, when you're saying, hey, he's a spoiled white gay child molester, you know, that's what we call a dog whistle. And so without saying it, Jed may not have to say in so many words, hey, go shoot Ryan. But a lot of, especially these crazed followers that he has, they believe that, oh, Jed said Ryan abused children, oh my God, that's horrible. Well, I'm going to get my gun and go shoot him in the head. So how do I know that paintball attack wasn't just a precursor, as a warning, that real bullets won't be next, you know? And so to anyone who's going to say I'm making that stuff up, again, it's just, you know, you just need to not judge and realize that if it were a woman that got fondled and she said, hey, this guy threatened that he was going to rape me next, or would you also tell her that, oh, well, she's just a whore and she deserved it. Oh, she wore that skirt, you know, she probably made it up because she was a hussy and she was asking for it. Like, that's the kind of behavior, that's the mob mentality, that's yeah, everybody, let's get these people. See, that's what Clark operates in, and Jed and his crew, and that's the kind of stuff we're coming against. And for those who still don't believe it, remember, look at the videos I posted. We have the proof that Jedediah Brown and his crew, they are protected by Harvey police, and that Mayor Clark has sent the police, because the police only do whatever Clark wants to do. We've been very clear. I mean, history shows that, okay? And that's not acceptable. So Mayor Clark is implicated in this, as are Harvey police, and that's why we are going to continue to advocate and just make sure that we get a fair hearing. Because obviously, if Clark has set up this whole system and is protecting Jedediah and his crew then we know that we're not going to get justice going through, you know, just the city of Harvey. So we are pursuing all available avenues to get justice in this, and we will keep moving forward. And we invite, whether it's Vivian or Shay with Late Night Crew, Burgundy Blue. Who else? Who else has Jed gone after lately?
Lady Luck. He definitely said something about Lady Luck. I mean, whoever is opposite and says something negative about him, he's gonna have something negative to say. So,
please stand with us. Like I want all of us to stand together.
Yeah,
this is really important.
We're doing a great job. Let's not lose focus of Clark and some of the aldermen who definitely have worked outside the public interest in Harvey. That's where we started. That's where we're at. They need to resign. Clark needs to resign. Anytime you set a group of henchmen and you pay them under the table, which we believe, that's an allegation, but I believe it, you know, my opinion, I'm entitled to it, that he paid Jed to do what he's doing and go hard in the paint, using that quote. And you know, this guy's around here attacking people and everything else, you know, and you know, this guy is a psychologically deranged person, you know, and it's proven. That's not an allegation, that's proven. So, you know, it has backfired on Clark. I would say Clark needs to resign as a result of this, and even lately what's going on with the violence in the community, which I think you're going to say something about. You probably should go ahead.
I know that I hit a nerve with that. So there was a mass shooting Saturday night in Harvey, in North Harvey, and then we were told that someone else was killed early Sunday morning, which we were told that was possibly in retaliation for that. So Mayor Clark has not said anything about it publicly. Tyrone Rogers, that is his ward, the 6th ward. He's the one that has the graying hair, and he always says how his ward looks so beautiful. He's the one, he's the mustache. He's the head of the finance committee. If you guys watch the videos, where he never has any answers about where the money is going, even though he's the chair of the finance committee. And then Colby Chapman has called him on that many times, and of course he gets very upset and he doesn't like that. But they have been notably silent, and it's crazy because last night was the National Night Out, and they had some games and food in front of City Hall for the kids, and we saw photos. So Mayor Clark was there, Alderman Tyrone Rogers, I saw Alderwoman Shirley Drewinski was there, the former alderman for the 2nd ward, Joe Whittington, was there. But you know what, in all those social media posts that the city did, there was no statement during the National Night Out, which is supposed to be talking about cooperation between police and community to address issues like mass shootings, you know, violence, that they still have said nothing. So Clark is MIA, and you know, we have this little boy that was shot. We have these innocent bystanders that were hurt, and they're panicking. Clark has nothing to say. Alderman Tyrone Rogers has nothing to say. Shirley Drewinski, who's Alderwoman for the 1st ward, she has nothing to say. Dominique Randall L., Alderman for the 5th ward, he has nothing to say. And Alderwoman Talani Smith, whose niece attacked and assaulted and battered me on the night of July 14th, when the same night that Amir and his daughter were attacked.
The mob action.
Right. So that was the mob action on July 14th. So Alderwoman Talani Smith, she has not said anything. To my knowledge, the only one who's actually spoken up is Colby Chapman, who's my alderwoman.
Thank you for doing that, Colby, by the way.
Yes, thank you for speaking up, you know, Alderwoman Chapman.
Chappelle, we appreciate Chappelle's standpoint, because she made a great statement at the just from an elected official standpoint. Even though she's not
she's on the library board.
Yeah,
she's elected official.
So Chappelle made a great statement at the last meeting, the last city council meeting, and she didn't hold back about Jedediah, you know, and how his whole thing needs to be diminished. This legacy of Clark using Jedediah, which I still don't understand. You know, who does this guy think he is? On the 14th, we were looking at the video again, whereas he was kicking in doors doing illegal evictions.
Thank you.
And, you know, and he's saying, and he made a statement lately that he says that the police are allowed to do that. Well, no, the police are not allowed to do any evictions. And it still has to be done correctly, even after the laws change. it still there's still a protocol, and no private citizen is allowed to kick in doors and do evictions.
Right, and I'm glad you brought that up because I wanted to go back. Oh, David said Congress is hungry for a congressman with throat tattoos.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Right.
Thank you, Scott. So on August 21st and on September 4th in Flint Criminal Court. Thank you. So we will watch those cases as well. Better save your resources and put some money on this book. Ryan and Amir are on here giving you information. Hit the like button to show your support. It doesn't cost a dime. Diana. That's
Thanks,
very
Diana.
kind. And check out Amir's channel as well. What's the name of your channel?
Amir Shakur Speaks.
Amir Shakur Speaks.
Yeah.
Check out Diana's channel, which is No Apologies, Just Me.
No apologies.
Now, Scott, you had an excellent question. Was Jed deputized by the mayor to illegally evict the squatters? To my knowledge, no. To my knowledge, he has absolutely no authority and no title with the city of Harvey.
Here's the thing, and as of right now, he can't be. There's no legal way to deputize somebody to evict somebody because the sheriff's department has to do evictions, even though once the laws change, then the local police can do it. But up until that point, I think it's January 26th of next year, the sheriff's department has. So Clark could not deputize Jedediah to do anything as a private citizen.
Right.
It's just not legal.
And then I wanted to go back. We were asking who else has Jed been going after. So Lady Log, Grace Levi. Thank you, Foxy, for mentioning that. All McHugh said he's been going after me. So if any of you can attend court either in person or via Zoom, and please definitely be there and know that this is not just about me and Amir. It's about getting justice for bullies. One thing I don't tolerate is bullies. And to go back to Dallas's question, I know that person was just a troll for Jed. Yeah. But actually, I'm not teaching full-time right now for a few reasons. I like to actually have my schedule free so that I can do a lot of this community advocacy stuff because the meetings often happen during the day. But a big reason is because of people like Dallas and Jed and all of his followers, because when I was working in the schools, I had a lot of adults that even when I was getting harassed and threatened for being gay, that they were just like, I didn't get any support from them. Like, well, it's your fault. Maybe just don't be so gay. And so, I just kind of wanted to take a little break, even though most of the parents, most of the kids were great. I didn't have problems with most of them. But, I think it's great when I get trolled like that because I would say, actually, you're the reason why I had to take a little break. It's ignorant, rude, homophobic, and just bad people like you that I just got tired of dealing with that. I'm like, I need a little break from that. So, I mean, that's actually, I'm glad that came up. Or better question I'm sorry, did you want to say?
No, you can go ahead and
Scott had said, so yes, all in the queue, we see you, we hear you. Better question, who gave him the authority to illegally evict the squatters? Exactly, no one did. Even police cannot evict the squatters. And remember, the police were there protecting Jed as he did those.
And even the police, Harvey police, should not have been on the scene doing anything with squatters that night. I mean, correct. they can say, hey, we're checking on you, so on and so forth, and maybe that was just to give an impression of control, but legally they can't do anything. And so when they were on the scene that night, there's not really legally a lot that they could have done.
If anything, Amir, I believe they should have been arresting Jed for committing illegal evictions
early on that day.
But they were there instead of actually arresting Jed for committing the alleged illegal evictions. They were standing there watching him, which again, that makes them complicit. So.
Listen, I can't speak for Ryan, but I am looking at any avenue of any violations that anyone knows about Jedediah Brown and INA that we can use as fuel for the fire to the federal authorities. I'm interested in that. So if you guys have that information, please feel free to bring that information forward, and we can definitely share that information as part of our investigation. The other thing is that I wanted to say, and the last thing that I want to say is, I want everyone to put this out there. The next township meeting, I want a group of us will be asking to change the narrative. We can't allow people to be disrespectful in these public meetings during comments, be violent. When you become violently disrespectful and disagreeable in a violent manner, like Jed did to Vivian, which started this whole thing off, with our situation this time around, even though I've been fighting against Jed for 10 years. But that should have been an immediate that he needs to be banned from the meetings. So let's get that message to the trustees of Dalton. Let's get that message to the trustees of the township, because he even said something that I didn't agree with at the last meeting, and he made himself a nuisance. You know, you can be disagreeable, but when you start disrespecting people, cussing, you have seniors there, you have elders there, sometimes you have children there. You know, the fight should have been enough to ban him with Kamal and them. You know, even though what happened with Tiffany's situation is a separate situation, it won Jed a whole lot of support. Now that era is over with, but we still see the remnants of the disrespect. We still see these really super negative things are being said. Let's stop giving that a platform. We need to talk to Thornton Township and even Harvey, and let's stop. Let's get that shit banned from the meetings, because it shouldn't exist in public discourse. It has no place.
Yeah, definitely not the in when someone's trying to incite violence, right? So that's
right.
You know, that is crossing line. Just as I can't cry fire in a crowded room. You know, you can swear, that's protected by the First Amendment. You can be angry. You can say all sorts of things, but you know, when people start inciting violence, that's definitely, you know, it's a big issue with this gentleman. Gardis says greetings. Hey, Gardis, I have to give you another shout out. Your comments at the last township meeting were like, blew me out of the water. I don't know how long you worked on those comments, but you hit the nails on the head, calling out the hypocrisy of Napoleon and the board, and great job again. Let's see. Thank you so much for the likes and everything. Conscious says Jed for prison.
Jed for prison, Conscious.
Random News is watching too. Hey, Random.
Hey, Random News. Hey, love it. Love those videos. Good job. Great job.
I can't wait to see the next video you're gonna come out with.
Oh man.
Minion. Yeah. Jed's gone after Minion. Thank you, Foxy, for sharing that. Wyoming says hello. Minion's on. Hey, Minion, you're here. Hey.
What's going on?
Conscious says we stand with Amir and Ryan. We really appreciate. Seriously, you guys, like it can get intense, so we appreciate the help.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott said he subbed to you the other day, Amir. So that's something to bring up in court when the footage is shared as evidence of him kicking people out of their homes. Right.
Thank you, Scott. Really.
On Trina's live, Jed said he doesn't have to abide by the law as an advocate. Oh, if you have a clip of that, I'd like to see that.
Hey, let's share that with the judge.
Yeah, I want to play that one in court. Like, wow.
Hey, if you guys got 10-second clips, anything you got, let's send them, let's collect them, let's get that database going. Yes. We need to get these criminal offenders, and by law, they are criminal offenders. Even in Harvey, they've been arrested in Harvey. Mm-hmm. Now, they were apprehended and arrested, but not officially booked and done the correct way, but they are criminal offenders. So we can say criminal offenders. Let's get these guys in the county system, Department of Corrections, IDOC.
Absolutely.
Illinois Department of Corrections, I should say.
And Wyoming, what do you mean they could welfare check, but at night seems suspicious?
She's talking about that on the 14th when the police went there.
Oh, they could have done like a wellness check. Yeah. Right. But then when you see on video, Jed kicks open the door, it's like, oh, that ain't a wellness check.
Yeah, earlier that day, he went and kicked open the door, and yeah.
It was crazy. It's all on video. And
that's even a crime because it's destruction of property that he doesn't own, trespassing, you know, I mean, you know, it's a number of things, right?
And Mayor Clark is responsible for all of it, because guess what? Those homes were a part of the project that he did with the MWRD, pushing out longtime black residents who were literally part of civil rights history. They were some of the first black families to be able to own homes on Myrtle Avenue in Harvey.
Right.
When Harvey was unofficially segregated. It wasn't as strict as maybe like in the South or other places, but still, they literally kicked the families out.
Right.
MWRD used their money to buy the homes to give them to the city of Harvey. So everything that happened that night and everything that happens in those houses, like where you saw Jed kicking the doors, Harvey Police, that is all falls under Mayor Clark, because those properties are owned by the city of Harvey now. So they're his responsibility.
Right.
Javar says hello. Hey.
Jed for prison.
Love that one.
Love it.
Let's see. You can cry fire in a crowded room that isn't against the law comes unlawful and actors are taken because of it, like a stampede. Oh, okay. Thank you, Wyoming. Foxy says I'll find it, like that clip. Tina says hello, Ryan and Amir. Please be careful, stay strong, and don't give up the fight.
We won't back down, Tina. It's not for us. It's not in us. I mean, I've dealt with Jed for 10 years, just so you know, and I've been fighting against Jed for 10 years. Random News showed a lot of the videos that I kept from the past, and the reason why I kept them from the past is because I feel like this day will come around again, and it did. You know, Dalton early on. I just want to say this real quick. I didn't say anything when I first saw him in Dalton. I thought he was on the right path. You know, and you know, we even spoke, and I said, listen, I appreciate the work that you're doing. We'll forget about the past, and we'll like bygones be bygones. And unfortunately, you know, things changed real quick, and it was back to the shenanigans of being a chaos agent. So we want to run him out of Illinois, and someone said it's not just enough to run him out of Illinois. We need him behind bars. So that is my goal for him and the folks who are in INA who want to go with him. I mean, Price wants to go, let him go. You know, whoever else is there, let him go down with the ship.
Yeah, it's very dangerous people. Let's see. Scott says get the entire stream so the context can't be argued or questioned. Good idea. Support Ryan. Hit the like, subscribe, and stay connected. Thank you, Diana. This is all Clark's fault. Tina says because it is happening on his watch. Correct. And like I said, with any of the properties on Myrtle, those are for the most part, you know, the three families that are left there, they're all owned by the city of Harvey.
Yeah, yes.
They're literally his responsibility.
Right.
So this man needs to resign immediately.
Which makes the mob action more his responsibility in a number of ways. But what happened that night is on Clark. It was a Clark production. That's the only reason why he had Miss Smith there talking with the police. And I guess he was trying to get them to derail the charges. There's no reason why an alderman who's not involved in this thing would be in the middle of the night talking with police.
Yeah,
and her niece.
With her bodyguard niece apparently. And then she comes and assaults and batters me because I'm filming and says, you don't have my permission to have my image and my vehicle on camera. And I'm like, well, but who are you? And we're in public. What do you mean? I don't need your permission.
Yeah, so that's a good indication of culpability. And if she was ever subpoenaed, you know, the question would be who sent you there and what was the conversation and so on and so forth. So that stuff can be on public record and be subpoenaed. So she's not above culpability as well.
Right, exactly. That looks really, really, really bad. Jed was in Flint yesterday. Oh, it was? Okay.
Somebody said that's true, Amir. What Minion said that's true, Amir.
Yeah. What was true to what, Minion? I missed that. No expectation of privacy in public. Exactly. Yeah. And then you're gonna hit me over it. Like it's like wow. That takes and remember when the mayor knew they were there. That's what Minion says.
Oh yeah.
He absolutely knew exactly.
Well, that whole thing was a mayor production, and that's why we believe that they tried to downcharge it. But the thing was, Minion and Diana and Ryan kept his video going, and Ryan to me was the standalone savior because his video was the main video that was used with the influencers to share about what happened with Diana's as well. You know, when the eyes of the world are watching, it's hard to lie. You know, because you got Technicolor HD video, 1080p at least. Some people got 4K. That says it differently, right? So, you know, I don't think that the officers on the ground knew that they couldn't lie, you know, and we knew from the gate. I just want to say one more thing. Yeah. That first officer who had his face covered up, what was his name? I can't remember his name. Yeah. Anyway, he came with the extent to whereas Jed was just, he was actually on the street when that officer pulled up. All he had to do was keep on going and grab the guy and hold the guy for investigation. They do it all the time, but he let Jed go. You know, so that's why from that point on, I knew that they were trying to run this thing and railroad it for Jed. That's why we kept the videos rolling, and we made a difference because had we not had the video, I think that they would have been able to successfully derail this case, and these guys wouldn't have even been arrested.
Absolutely. No, I totally agree with that, Amir. And also, sorry, you guys, I'm trying to find a comfortable position. But David says, both Clark and Jed using God as a tool and weapon. That's true, yep. Ryan and Diana were on the scene. Lady Luck Club says they can't alter reality for everyone. We all know what we saw and heard. And I wanted to credit you.
Thank you. Thanks, Lady Luck Club. Oh, yeah, your videos. I think her mom is a judge or something. And she's she's some kind of legal specialist because she does great work legalistically. I love it.
Yeah,
I love her interpretation.
I haven't had time to keep up with everyone's videos just because there's so much going on. So if I miss a video that you post, please don't take it personally. It's just like I said, it's like nonstop between work and then the Harvey, my normal Harvey stuff, and then this additional Jed stuff. But I saw part of your video, Lady Luck, that you did. Where you were covering when Jed was actually in the courthouse filming himself at Harrison, which is illegal. There's supposed to be no filming or photography in the building. Then where he goes, after me, calling me faggot, and he goes after the judge, naming the judge, calling her, well, she's probably white and gay too. It's all about white and gay. Well, I guess I should have been born white and gay. And he just goes on and on and on. And again, this is all illegal because you're not supposed to be filming there because that's a domestic violence courthouse. So people...
Oh, yeah, they literally pulled me to the side and they made me erase my pictures because I took a couple of pictures. Ryan, I tell you, 3 sheriffs pulled me to the side when we were walking out. And they made me show my camera and erase everything that was those pictures that I took outside of the camera.
And then what I really like what you did, Lady Luck, is that you made it a point to emphasize that Jed was walking around the building trying to confront the judge personally. Trying to find her personally because he was so angry and saying how extremely dangerous and totally inappropriate that was. And you said if you have something to say to the judge, you have to file a motion and you have to do it. There's a proper order and things. But I really like that you emphasize the danger in that because too many people are really just trying to gloss over, as far as too many of the authorities, to gloss over to say, oh, these are just little conflicts that, between people. But this is not it. This is a deranged person, and his followers truly believe every word that he says, and they act on it. And we've seen it time and time again. After the July 14th mob action violence, I even had a screenshot of one of Jed's followers said, hey, Jed, something like I like you got Amir, and don't worry, Ryan will be next, Jed. I got you, So I mean, these people they're crazy.
They're deranged, right?
It's just nuts. It's nuts. It's totally nuts.
So and I'm gonna tell you, if you are a follower of Jed, slow down because you don't know who you're dealing with, what you're dealing with, and this fantasy as far as the internet can be very, very much an illusion. And I can be honest and say this, I mean, I would literally have to be fighting a case, but that night I could have popped my trunk if I wanted to. And I didn't go that route. Thank God gave me the sanity and the patience, but that will never repeat itself again. And I will not let anybody around me. When myself, Ryan, some of the ladies are there, I'm in protection mode. I have a crew that's with me now, and there are always people watching. And we're protected. I'm just going to say that. And we will protect ourselves by any means necessary. And when I say any means, you can imagine what that means. That means any means. So that will never repeat itself again. What I need the public to do and everyone else and the influencers, one thing is that we need as much violation. So if you guys are seeing violations from Jedediah, share that in snippets with us. Not long, like 10-second snippets or whatever. We need that as much as possible. Anytime anybody else is threatened, let's get those people and bring those to the forefront, and let's get them protected as well. The courts are going to get boggled down with this menace to society, and they're losing patience. The judge today has shown that she was losing patience. The judge on Ryan's court on Monday downtown was frankly losing patience. I haven't really followed up on the Flint piece. Maybe someone here has, but I'm sure that, they're losing patience. To be honest with you, I saw a picture of Mayor Neely from Flint in the court on the Zoom call on Monday. I don't know if that was actually him or somebody using his picture. Probably somebody using his picture.
Really? Oh.
Yeah, I saw that. And it might have been him, just to kind of see how this case was going. But let's connect the dots. Let's get these offenders off the streets. Let's put Jedediah Brown in jail where he belongs. And let's keep sharing the information. And thank you, Shay and Minion and everyone, Lady Luck and Grace Levi and Conscious and Vivian and Ryan. Let's keep this fight going because we are slowing this guy down. I don't think I think he's being demonetized in an unofficial way from YouTube because those videos aren't successful. I don't think he has enough discipline to take those videos down. Maybe YouTube took him down because of the amount of complaints. I don't know, but anytime something happens with Jed, he has a way of trying to spin shit. So he might have said that he took him down and not really took him down. But right now, he's not able to monetize off of those videos. If they're private, there's only a small group of people seeing it. It's not public anymore, so it doesn't make any sense. But let's keep reporting it shit. Let's get him out of here, and let's get him in jail.
Lady Luck Club says, yes, he went searching for the judge in the courthouse. The security should have stopped him. That's not normal. Right, exactly. Jed tried to confront the judge. Did anyone let her know? Well, I told my judge on Monday, but yeah, it's crazy.
Said I didn't watch that video, so maybe Ryan can reshare that.
Yeah, it's definitely. I know Lady Luck has it posted.
Maybe we can share that with the sheriff's department that he tried to confront the judge. Maybe we can share that video.
Yeah, I think
they would be interested in that because we got the investigations of the sheriff. You know what? That's a good one for them.
Yep, Jed should be jailed for him trying to confront the judge. Right, yeah. It's just, that's what I mean. It's like, what is it going to take? Are they going to have to wait until someone gets shot because of this man? Minion says you can go to your deleted photos to recover them. That someone said that they should not have made you delete your photos. So, I don't know. It's very dangerous to go searching for judges in the courthouse. They are just doing their job. The judge granted your PPO based on law. Exactly, right. It's like, and I was so pleased to hear you say that. And you said, they have to follow the procedure. You file your motion, you bring it before the judge. You don't go taking, matters into your own hands. INA folks need to be held accountable. It's crazy, says
Sheila R. Ashley. I don't know who Booser is.
Boosie, I think you mean. RJ, I don't know. Beverly. People. Yes, Beverly's made some horrible comments. Steve has made horrible comments. Monica, is that? I don't know those people. Lady Luck says, hey, Minion, hey.
Bunch of criminals.
Protect yourself by going to the court. Oh, you're right. Foxy says, I have Smith Wesson and AK as my bodyguard.
Those are my friends, too. I'm telling you.
LNC is running all Jed videos. He has all Jed's videos. Oh, okay, thank you. It's crazy. So Shay has all of Jed's posted on his page? I haven't checked, but okay. Judges can see through the BS. I hope so, Lady Luck. I will go live today and give you the evidence I have. Thank you very much, Conscious. I appreciate that. Numb Kid, I really tried to watch this to hear both sides, but I can't. Ryan, too close to the camera. I don't want to look. Thank you, Numb Kid. That's so kind of you. Are you like with Jed or something? Weird.
Hey, if you don't want to watch, just turn it off. That's
right.
All.
Exactly. Mayor Neely was not there.
Okay, thanks for that.
We need to make sure Hassan has all the video footage that he needs for his case too. Right, Minion? You're right.
Yeah,
exactly.
We were talking to him today and his attorney, so we are in contact with Hassan and we're standing with him.
And then he makes money from begging. Right. Jed is being sued by the council in Flint. Oh, okay.
Good.
He only hid the videos, not taken them down. Hassan's attorney needs that video. Yeah, I think he has videos of Jed harassing.
Yeah, they're doing a good case, and like I said, we're putting our cases. The judge put our cases together, so I think he's gonna be pretty good. But we'll keep fighting until that point.
And Garda said, he agrees with you. He said, I said Jed should have been arrested in January when he started that fight in the township.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely was suspicious. That's why we know that people that are connected in politics have been using Jed as an operative to harass their critics.
You can't go around just hitting people and legally hitting people when you want to hit people. It's against the law. You'll catch a battery charge, and if it's aggravated, if they're damaged or if they're bleeding, then that could be aggravated assault and battery. I mean, you just can't do it. It's just against the law,
There's a Flint group that posted a warning about Jed. Oh yeah. Jail or prison may be a happy place for Mr. Brown to expand his circle of friends and pick up new skills.
Hey, he's already got those dirty slides. He can wear those right in jail. He can feel comfortable. He likes the little tight pant. Let him wear that, you know. Hey, let him wear his stuff he normally wears and he'll be right at home.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that should be... Oh, someone was threatening somebody else. Well, that's probably one of Jed's people. Okay, interesting. But yeah, that's... I think that we cover everything.
I think did you make sure the violence and human peace was... Did you see yours?
Oh, yeah, so we want to, once again, encourage everyone, please, 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 don't just say, oh, well, we're stuck with Clark and his four alder yes-men for another 2 years until 2027. We'll just have to vote someone better. And no, that, to me, that's capitulating. They need to resign now. So anywhere and everywhere you can, spread that message. Because remember, Jedediah would not be here. We would not be talking about him if Mayor Clark and the Harvey police had not welcomed him here and protected him and continue to protect this man and his crazed followers as they go and cause chaos and harass people throughout Harvey. As I told the judge, I don't care about Jed. I'm not interested in him. But I do report on Harvey. So, I mean, unfortunately, Jed just keeps showing up and they're all accountable. So please don't forget who's behind all this. Clark needs to resign now. Alderman Tyrone Rogers needs to resign now. Alderwoman Shirley Drewinski needs to resign now. Alderman Dominique Randall L. needs to resign now. And Alderwoman Delaney Smith, whose niece assaulted and battered me, definitely needs to resign now. Why should we have to put up with your antics for 2 more years? Harvey's literally burning. There was just a fire last night that I got a notice of on Halstead. Harvey's literally burning, and the mayor is nowhere to be found. Where
Harvey's
are you, Clark?
burning. There's gun violence, and children being injured. I mean, it's one of the worst times in Harvey, one of the most critical times, and this mayor is nowhere to be found, but yet he has time to go around in a car with Jedediah and visit properties with Jedediah, which happened like maybe several weeks back. Where's his priority? He's definitely hasn't shown leadership, and we definitely will not let the gas off the pedal when it comes to Clark resigning. And we must all remember that he is, now that there's not a Tiffany Henyard, he is one of the worst mayors in the Southland, if he's not the worst. And let's make that known on a national level, because he is the new face of public corruption.
Yep.
On a national level.
And that's my guy. I mean, I don't know. I can't get into his head, but that's my guess is one of the reasons why he has not shown up, because he didn't want to be associated with the shooting. And remember, I'm willing to give everybody the benefit of the doubt. I have never said that, Clark directly had caused all these issues of violence. But the least you can do is, when you are a leader and in times of crisis, your people expect you to speak with them, to be there, to hold their hand, to walk them through the crisis, walk them through the tragedy, tell them it's going to be okay. And these are the things that we're doing using your tax dollars to make it better.
Yeah.
So there's no way. I know Mayor Clark's daughter was on Facebook last night arguing with me, as was Berwin Tompkins, and they were basically saying, oh, well, Clark doesn't have, that's what he has the police there for. He doesn't have to do all that, and blah, 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 blah. But I'm sorry, we pay you 6 figures for your salary. I don't care what you're doing. If you have a mass shooting, you better stop whatever you're doing. The very least you could do is put out a printed statement. I don't know, do a video statement from where you're at. I mean, there's just no excuse. So what does that say about the leaders here in Harvey if they don't even have anything to say about it and people are being killed? It's shameful.
And lastly, Keisha Stokes. These are the offenders from July 14th with the mob action. Keisha Stokes. Y'all can write this name down.
Yes.
Y'all can do the background strikes if you want. Keisha N. Stokes. S-T-O-K-E-S. Raheem.
And Keisha is K-E-E-S-H-A.
K-E-E-S-H-A. Keisha N. Stokes. Raheem L. Sharks. He's the bodyguard, the guy who was in the blue cap, the one who you see always with Jedediah. Raheem is RAHEM or HWEM Sharks. SHARKS. Raheem L. Sharks. If you need clarification on any of these names, let Ryan know. I'll put it in the information. We'll send it again. Alicia Spikes. Alicia N. Spikes. SPIKES. Jedediah Brown. L. Brown is his middle name. And I don't think legally he goes by the Daryl Coleman thing, but just know that, that he has used that name in the past. And Springer R. Harris, whose name wasn't on the report, but hopefully when we upgrade these charges, that his name will be added. And we are actively working to upgrade these charges, so I think we're getting somewhere, but we'll have details about that later on. Not too much for now. We'll leave it alone. Other than that, we appreciate everybody's support, and thank y'all.
Thank you, everybody. Lady Luck asks about what kind of order. So we have stalking and no contact orders.
Yeah.
So that's correct. Yeah, Lady Luck. So because really, I a lot of times, we may say order of protection. I'm sure every state's a little different.
Yeah.
But there are orders you can get where if you know the person, let's say it's family members or one's abusing someone. So this is it's a little bit different. The sort of order that we have is for someone that you're not necessarily related to, but it's a stalking no contact order.
Right.
So in other words, it's not a family.
It's
dispute.
not a domestic related. But the judge has said, and so if you guys see these guys violating in any way, the judge has said that they're not allowed to cyber stalk or contact online or anything like that, either them or a third party. She's made that very clear, and even Ryan's judge made that clear today. So they are actively pursuing these things to make sure that the cyber harassment ceases with the no contact orders.
Right, exactly. And remember, so my order, and I believe yours too, covers, because you asked the Lady Luck, so it says not no unlawful contact. Our orders say no contact.
No contact.
Not because you can have an order which says no unlawful contact. That means if the person, the petitioner, like me or Amir, if we want to allow the respondent to contact us, typically that would be for, let's say, if you have you have to arrange something for kids visits, or custody or something. So that would be no unlawful contact. But ours is no contact. That means we shouldn't be hearing from him or his associates. The other question is related to that, and Lady Luck says no contact would include family and associates. That includes all third parties.
No third party.
No third party harassment. So that's like remember when I said one of Jed's fans came on and said, "Oh, you got Amir, so Ryan's next, Jed. Don't worry, I'll get him." That counts as a violation. And no social media harassment. So you can't hide behind I just said something on Facebook. I didn't talk to him in person, but that still counts. Right. So, is that Alderwoman Smith's niece? Yes, Keisha Stokes, Stokes. Please look into these people, guys, because we're like so busy.
We need any more
There's
information
so much going on
them. And, hey, if you got any snippets or if you guys can do background hits, Keisha N. Stokes and this Raheem. This young man, I also already posted, he has a lengthy criminal history fighting with the police, weapons, and all kinds of charges. And he's been in Illinois Department of Corrections since 2014. He is a mentally disturbed young man, and he's the type of person that Jedediah takes advantage of. Jedediah is good at taking advantage of these people and using them for his own means. So I can see this kid being one of them.
Oh, and thank you. I'm so glad that you brought that up. Scott. So you mean like the ones in this chat acting and saying abusive things could be used as evidence too? Absolutely. So that's why oftentimes, sometimes I'll delete the comments, but oftentimes I won't, because I'm like, go ahead, crazy followers. If you want to give me more evidence, you want to give Amir more evidence that you're violating. You can't hide
behind a keyboard, because your IP will come up and we can get it. The state can get it. They're very good at getting it. Even at a civil level, we can get that shit. So, keep it up if you want to. That's on you.
Right. Yep. So no, absolutely. And on Lady Luck, I hope that answered your question. So correct. That is why if you have any information or you see people talking about us That's either me, Amir, Hassan, I don't know
Let's
who else.
put my daughter in there, Vivian.
Yeah, let us know, because
Beth.
we don't have time. Beth as well, but we don't have time to monitor all the social media at all times. So please let us know, and then I would specifically. Oh, hold on one second. Amir, the woman you posted a pic of that you haven't identified from the mob action, I know her name. Okay. So, Soul Food, could you contact me or Amir and reach out? All my contact information you can find at ryans.gaychicago.com. It's all one word, ryans.gaychicago.com. But yeah, please let us know if you did identify the young lady that was involved in the attack.
And my email is Amir Shakur Speaks. That's AmirShakurSpeaks@gmail. Send it to me as well. You can send it to both of us. But yeah, let us know. We'll get a hold of you.
Thank you. And Foxy, you said you have our email. Keep us informed. Yes, many of you guys have been great. Like, we really need your help. My special request though is, I before she attacked me, I did not even know this Keisha Stokes lady, the niece of Alderwoman Delaney Smith. So if you guys could help me, please look into her. Yeah, if you want to email me, go to ryans.gaychicago.com. It has my email, my phone number, everything. But I want to know, who is this woman, and why would she just come up and hit me and
she
threaten
attacked
me?
Ryan because she thought that breaking the camera would stop the evidence, as if he had a 1990 video recorder, camcorder, and that is not live. It wasn't live, so basically breaking the camera would destroy the evidence. And cameras just don't work like they did in the 90s and the 80s.
Right, thank God, so anyway, But thank you guys. It's Crazy says, great job, Amir and Ryan. Thank you everybody. All right, well, we're gonna head off and keep working on stuff, but we'll try to keep you guys posted. And anything else?
That's it. Keep the pressure on Harvey. Keep the pressure on the Dalton trustees to ban Jed from these meetings. We need him banned from the township meetings. We need him banned that's what I'm working on as well, y'all. Let's get Jed banned from these meetings, because he's shown he cannot discipline himself to do things that are about community. He's a disruptor. We need him out of here. We don't need him around. So that's what we're working on now. I need you guys to help out with that, and let's keep the fight going. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Talk soon. Bye for now.
Oh, that was a good one.